Welcome back to Cloaked in Darkness, where the darkest stories come to life. Tonight, we venture into the unsettling, the unexplained, and the unforgettable. So, dim the lights, lean in close, and brace yourself for a journey into one of the most chilling real-life hauntings ever recorded. This is the story of the Enfield Poltergeist. Are you ready? So let's dive in today's story. It was August 1977, in the quiet town of Enfield, England. At 284 Green Street, something unimaginable was about to unfold. A modest home, a seemingly normal family, but what happened to them would haunt the world for decades to come. It began innocently enough. The Hodgson family, Peggy, a single mother, and her 4 children started hearing odd noises. At first, it was just light tapping, a knock here, a scrape there. But then, one night, things escalated. Janet, the 11-year-old daughter, and her sister Margaret claimed their beds shook and furniture seemed to move on its own. Peggy dismissed it at first. Maybe the girls were playing tricks, right? But soon she couldn't ignore what she saw with her own eyes. A chest of drawers, heavy and solid, slid across the room all by itself. That was no trick. The sounds grew louder, more violent, knocking, banging. Objects flew across the room as if thrown by unseen hands. Even the neighbors heard it, witnessed it. They came over hoping to find some explanation. But instead, they were terrified by what they saw. The furniture moved, toys were tossed through the air, and nobody was touching them. The police were called. They were used to solving real-world problems, not this. But even they couldn't explain what they witnessed. One officer reported seeing a chair slide across the floor. She checked for strings, wires, anything. There was nothing. But the real horror began when Janet started to change. Janet, sweet, innocent, 11-year-old Janet, began speaking in a voice that wasn't her own. It was deep, guttural, haunting, and it claimed to be someone else entirely. A man named Bill Wilkins. He told them he had died in that house years before. He even described how it happened. I went blind, then I had a hemorrhage, and I fell asleep and died in the chair downstairs. Imagine hearing that from your child. What made it even more horrifying? Bill Wilkins was real. His son later confirmed that the details of his father's death, details Janet should have had no way of knowing, were exactly what Bill had said through her. The haunting grew more intense. Furniture levitated. Strange, cold winds blew through rooms. Janet was thrown from her bed, sometimes violently, across the room. Investigators even captured photographs of her, mid-air, as if some invisible force had flung her like a rag doll. Maurice Gross and Guy Leon Playfair from the Society for Psychical Research were brought in. They documented over 2,000 incidents over the course of the investigation. But still, skeptics questioned it all. Were the girls playing an elaborate prank? Were they desperate for attention? Or was something much darker at play? As time went on, the phenomena started to fade. Slowly, the house grew quieter. The chilling voice of Bill stopped. Janet returned to herself. But the question remains, was it all a hoax, as some suggest? Or was the Hodgson family truly haunted by a restless spirit? The Enfield Poltergeist stands as one of the most documented and debated paranormal cases in history. And to this day, no one knows for sure what happened in that small house on Green Street. And so the mystery of the Enfield Poltergeist endures. Was it simply a case of imagination running wild? Or were the Hodgsons truly haunted by something beyond our understanding? Whatever you believe, the truth remains as elusive as ever. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you were captivated by this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales of the unexplained. Until next time, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the most terrifying things are the ones we can't explain.